we have like celebrity
They
guests
are.
with us
They
today.
are celebrities.
We have Beck and Rowie from It's All Banter podcast, which is damn cool, by the way. Very
Thank
cool.
you.
And we just wanted to actually, can we check that? Is that
Oh.
right? We're good?
Customize
Is it still
your
going?
dashboard.
Yeah.
We're still good. Okay.
Got it?
We're so tech savvy, I can tell you. Yeah, anyway, so
It wouldn't be right if there wasn't something
oh
stuffed
gosh,
up.
we always get this one's usually we're sideways.
Us too, don't we?
Yeah,
So this version is R-rated because the
Yes.
girls think they might swear, so we're just
No,
giving a
the
bit of
girls.
forewarning.
No.
No, Beck can be
We don't
very
swear.
inappropriate and she swears a lot, so
You're sorry.
I'm apologising on behalf of Beck over there.
All About
Talk
Banter
about ourselves.
Yeah, it is. All
is
about
is something that you guys created.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got nothing to do with real estate, by the way, but
Yeah.
these girls are doing good things and they're local girls, and so we wanted to have a bit of a chat to them. I think we need to know how it started because it's a pretty cool story, right?
Yeah, so
Get him back.
hit him with it. No, so the thing with It's All Banter is it's kind of not about anything. So
It's
it's
all
not
banter.
about property. It's not
Yeah.
about anything really. But we'll start with me. So it's sort of both our stories intertwine. So last year I got quite unwell, so I was really stressed and ended up having a thing called psychogenic seizures, which was essentially like me just being overworked, and I ended up in hospital for a little
That sounds
while.
full on. All I heard was
Anyway.
psychogenic.
Yeah.
That's a long word, Beck.
Hang on.
I should have left that bit
Now,
out.
no, now you're freaking me. Is it I don't think it's psychogenic. Anyway, seizures, man. So yeah, I got quite unwell, and then I was like, I need to find something that I can like put my energy into that isn't like physical and it isn't, you know, my brain.
Because
isn't
your energy
working.
levels were right down, is that
They
right?
were, yeah. So I ended up with
Tired.
adrenal fatigue as well, just because I was
Yeah.
constantly, my brain was constantly going. I was just always had to do something, and yeah, it just wasn't working out for me very well. So I wanted to find something to put my energy into that wasn't physically demanding on me. And
But keep the brain ticking along.
absolutely. And so then I did a bit of soul searching, and I was like, what do I enjoy doing? And I listen to podcasts all the time. So I thought about it, and I was like, I myself can do it on my own.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need somebody with a lot of energy and like someone that like, you know, we contrast each other, but we still get them really well. And I thought of my friend Rowie. And
Here comes Rowie!
and so this is where it gets a bit cuckoo. So I sent Rowie a message and I said, babe, I need to talk to you about something. I was like, I've been thinking of something and I really want to talk to you about it. And her response was not what I expected. And she wrote back and she's like,
We go in the pub?
yeah. She's like,
Literally,
are you ready? And she's like,
Thanks,
we're...
Alive.
She knows this thing's live. No, she's like, we're... Oh no, that's what I was going to say. She goes, I think I know what you're going to say. And I was like, how the hell would she know what I was going to say?
That was weird.
I was like, she would not know what I was going to say. And then I wrote back, podcast. She rang me and told her.
I was like, yo, bitch, you want to do a podcast? Nah. And it was really weird. I don't know, because I moved to Canberra and I was living in a caravan.
You're a politician.
I decided to become president, prime minister of
President
the
of
country.
Canberra.
I was just looking for a hobby because I was.
Because you weren't over there with...
Ryan.
Yeah. Husband, sorry, yeah.
Just got a ring thing.
I was just looking for the sparkly ring, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so I went over there with him and we are living in a caravan by choice.
Yeah.
Just want to make
Interesting choice.
And I needed a hobby because I was bored and I know I can talk shit. And it's probably... Yeah. And I just...
So
was
you were
like,
literally
I'll do a
thinking the same
podcast.
thing.
I was thinking the same thing, and that
Yeah.
day I went and bought a microphone. I didn't tell
So
anyone.
before I'd spoken to her.
You bought a microphone.
I brought a
Yeah.
microphone, she brought a microphone. I
Wow.
messaged her and said, I have this idea. And she's like, what is it? And I said, podcast. And she rang me and showed me that she just brought a microphone.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so weird. And then I was going to do one. Beck kind of had what she wanted to talk about,
Yeah.
but I didn't really want to talk about the stuff that you really wanted to
Yeah.
talk about. And it was the same with...
Yeah.
I
So
wanted
you wanted to talk about caravans and politics.
I wanted to interview like Kevin Rudd or something.
Kevin 07.
Bringing it
Kevin
back.
07. No,
But
I
yeah,
just wanted to talk shit, but
We have very different concepts, but
Is that why it's
it
working?
intertwined. I think so.
Yeah.
And so Rose's vision was always to do it solo. So she was going to do her own podcast, interview
Yeah.
people, and just because she's very good at talking.
Mm.
And
But you're a very good interviewer.
oh, thank
I
you.
think-
I said
Yeah, she
I
is.
said that today.
She's really good at like
She's a bit of a
asking
yeah.
questions. and
Well,
stuff.
see,
Yeah.
the
And
way
if you
we
listen
see
to
it-
them, you'll see they've got very different dynamics, but
I
it comes
think
together really well.
Like, I needed someone with a bit more energy, and then like I bring Rowie down when the energy's too high, so we sort of like meet in the middle.
Really solid.
Someone at my work was like, it's like salt and pepper. And I was like, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's the best? What's
Some
I
people
don't
say
know
that
which
about
one
my
we
hair
are.
actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
salt and
yeah,
pepper.
Oh.
yeah.
yeah, give a bit of grey hair going.
Yeah, we're
That's
aware.
fine.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's pretty much how we got started.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So what was your first one? What was the idea? You come up with the It's All Banter.
Well, we did drop the alien bomb in the first episode,
Rowie
which
wanted
was
to talk about conspiracies
I
and
did,
aliens are real and
yeah,
you think they are
That's
real?
cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you not think that they're real?
I don't know. I'll have to listen to that podcast.
yeah.
Well, no, we just mentioned
Our
that
first
we.
one's in the car actually. We recorded it in the car
Did you?
down. It was before work and we were really embarrassed. Like we didn't want the boys
So you
to
went
really
in,
know
in,
much
in the car
about
and
it.
did it.
Like I mean, it was our car,
Yeah.
so we weren't really
I
hiding.
can hear the
but,
judgment on your
yeah.
Yeah.
He's judging us.
No, I'm not.
I coach me a car all the time.
Yeah,
It's the
so we
best
went
way.
and parked and like we just, it was pretty funny. We were just
Yeah.
talking absolute nonsense. And so the first one is a bit, or you can tell we're trying to get into it.
Yeah.
And we did one where I talked about, how I got sick in hustle culture and the importance of slowing down.
Yeah.
We've done a whole lot of random ones. Like we did 30 lessons before we turned 30 because I'm 30 in a month. But Rowie's also 30 this year, so we did.
Embrace it, girls. Embrace it.
So just
I like to be. I'm excited to be 30. I don't
Yeah,
know where
right.
you're going.
but so we did one on that. We've done like all kind of random ones.
Mm.
We do a moment at the beginning of every episode called your WTF
What,
moment.
Oh, what's
the
your-
F
what
moment?
What the big
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fun.
It's a
We
good
just-
icebreaker,
Everybody
isn't it?
has
It's a good
that.
icebreaker,
And
yeah.
I'm the most.
Got to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have them every day.
I'm the most awkward
Don't you?
person on
Every
this
day.
planet.
Especially you.
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gym every morning.
Yeah.
I'm just half asleep.
What the
still.
fuck am I doing here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's usually what it is.
Literally.
Yeah.
It feels different talking to you in like a normal
Yeah.
time when at like morning.
Yeah. Five
That-
o'clock
that
in the
was
morning
hard.
session.
Yeah, literally.
It's good, but it's easy, isn't it? Like once you begin, it's easy
Yeah.
to just keep going your conversation and you forget that you're actually recording.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
we
just
do.
stop it now.
Yeah.
Sometimes we definitely forget we're recording.
Oh, and I make you cut it out. Like there's so much in there.
Yeah.
Because what'll happen is I'm sort of like the planner, so I'll plan what we're gonna talk
That's me
about.
in
Yeah.
mine and Shona's
Oh,
business
right.
relations.
Yeah, I'm picking up that that's not true. But yeah, so I'll sort of do the planning, and then Ro's really good at the editing, and Rowie makes videos as well.
Yeah.
So she's good at that side of it. So she'll send it through to me, and I listen to it and be like, "Can you cut that bit out?" Or like, just some little bits. that probably shouldn't.
We need to cut her out, probably on some of our.
Well, that's why we were
Yeah.
worried about this being live. I was
Yeah.
Because you're not used to the lives and I.
We're not
I,
used to
well, I remember when we started. We started in COVID last year, like
Mm.
April, I think, or
Yeah,
May, or
yeah.
this time,
Yeah.
and I was petrified.
Oh,
Like I was,
yeah.
like I can stand up and MC a 500 person
yeah.
event, but
Yeah.
doing something like this was a completely different
And
thing.
because
Yeah.
it's always there.
You don't know who's watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
So that's
Oh,
that's the
scary.
weirdest
And
thing.
everyone's
Yeah.
good
Thanks
to
for
have somebody
reminding
else, like to have somebody beside you. That's
Yes.
why it's easy.
Yeah.
Just to, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you run out of something to say, you've got
Yeah.
somebody to.
And we bounce off
Yeah.
each other very well. And we
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know each other, so like you can tell, well, Rowie can tell when I'm starting to like struggle for it and the same, so she'll pick it up.
Yeah.
And vice
So she
versa.
just starts talking about aliens again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
brings it back.
Yeah,
She
but
brings it
even
back.
Alistair from Vision House, we were
Yeah.
at his studio.
He listens to his podcast every morning, I think.
It gets him,
Yeah.
it hypes him up
He
in the
just
morning.
starts.
ready to go.
He actually listens to himself
He
in the
does.
morning. Yeah.
Gets him
Yeah.
with you.
Whilst he's getting his morning haircut.
Yeah.
Hi, Alistair.
Wow.
Well, he kind of said we were interviewing Adam Thompson, and
Yeah.
he was in the office with us doing his same thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, and whenever I'd go and ask Adam a question, and I was like stuttering, like thinking of what to say, I was like, because I'm really bad at like Beck's really
That was a
pushing
deep.
out.
That was a very. That was a serious.
Yeah.
That was
podcast.
serious one, yeah, and
Pretty brave of Tomo to do that.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
but he has
very-
like a really good story, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I think with that one it was, yeah, it's sort of interesting because we never really saw the podcast taking that turn. But like it's just going to be talking about like
Yeah.
it's banter. It can be
Yeah.
good banter. It can be bad banter.
Yeah.
It can be like whatever.
Well, and that's the thing that I was saying to Shona before. One episode we done on sex toys, and that had that was our biggest one. And then two episodes later, we
was-
interviewed something serious, and I was like, shit, like
It's changing rapidly.
yeah, like what do we, like where is this going? Like what are we doing?
Yeah. But that's actually the beauty of it. I think I like that it doesn't have a proper direction. Oh, not like a proper direction.
Yeah.
But it can be whatever.
It can be different.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no niches. You are your own.
Yeah.
To
Our
just-
niche is not having a niche.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah,
You get to
yeah.
just talk about all the things that
Yeah.
like nerd
Yeah.
about. You know, I love that. That's really
Yeah, I
really
love you
cool.
said that before.
Well,
Nerding
yeah.
out about it. That's the perfect.
What was your
Yeah.
favourite one? What's your favourite one so far? Or you,
Well, it's actually funny because we have different, like, very different, not expectations, but like, I'll be like, I loved this one, and I was like, oh, I didn't really like that one.
yeah,
But that's kind of cool because the
Yeah.
viewers, listeners will have the same
yeah.
concept. Like, I might love it and they don't love it.
Yeah.
Remember that time you got up after one of ours? You're like, I just didn't enjoy that one. That was
I know,
crap, and we
yeah.
were still live.
Really?
Yeah, and we all stood up and walked off, and we picked the laptop
So
up and
funny.
went down upside down. The camera
That's
was.
only I would do.
And that's where you go, just joking, guys.
Yeah, no, we really enjoyed that one.
Oh, it's like that was crap or something.
Because you were stressing out because you were running late, remember?
So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. You can't cut that out.
Yeah.
You can cut that
That's
out.
what, and even today I was like, oh my god, Beck, I'm so nervous because, and usually because I think we're interviewing people, but
Yeah.
it's
Not
not
about
live.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not live. And I was like stressing out before when I was in Alice's thing. Alice was like, what's wrong with you? Calm down. I was like, well, we're just talking to Carlo and he's all about spirituality and being calm and inspirational. I'm like, now we're going to go on here and it's live. Fuck Beck. And Alice was like, oh. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really funny.
that's cool.
That was funny.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, were you girls local? Were you all local? Like,
We are,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I grew up in Redcliffe, but I think I was 10 or something when we moved
Yeah,
here. so
okay.
Cross
Cool.
was local now, surely.
What's your favourite part about Mildura?
I just love the community, like being part of
Yeah.
the little. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice. Like,
Little
being
bit
down the
big,
street.
same
A little
time.
bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And so like just like like I don't think I'd ever want to live somewhere else, to be honest.
Yeah,
I love
that's
it
cool.
here. Yeah,
That's
I think
nice.
it's just something about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is special. And do you miss it?
I
I
do.
think you're back so much.
I'm back so much now. Oh, when I say so much, like we're back every 6 weeks. But at the
Oh,
start last year, we never really knew when we were coming home.
So when you moved before COVID?
Or like
It was kind of like
the lockdown
Yeah.
date.
yeah,
Oh.
lockdown. Yeah, so I moved over there in August. We eventually will be back in Mildura, which will
Yeah.
be easy for the
Just
podcast,
work
but
away.
just
yeah.
work at the moment. With
You
the
know, I did
boys.
one podcast once.
Mm.
You remember Billows from the radio?
I was talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a really good one now. But when he was pregnant with his first child, he couldn't find any information on what was going to be like.
Yeah.
Being a dad.
Right.
And so we ended up starting a podcast, and we only got one in before he moved to Bendigo. It was
Yeah.
called Why Dads Drink, right?
Oh, I love that.
And it was about so we only did one, and then that was it. But it could have been fun.
It's
Yeah.
lots of fun. That's the main
It
thing.
I reckon everyone should start, like not everyone.
No,
but
but-
a lot of
Not
people.
everyone, everyone's doing a
Every single
podcast.
person should start a podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I think
it's,
yeah.
yeah, it's
And then
good.
we're going to have heaps of people to interview.
Yeah, true.
No, it was just finding something to put our energy into that was fun, and Ro, we were telling Carly earlier. Rowie did a little thing which was soul searching, and she messaged her friends and was like, "Tell me what I'm good at doing. Like I need to, and she's looking for a career change and all of that." And everyone's like, "You're good at entertaining people," and I like connecting and like talking to that's my thing, like how I find purpose out of my day or whatever. So I was like, why don't we give this a go?
something.
I do want to put a recommend now that we're live to tell everyone this. If anyone out there is stuck on what they want to do like, because I was listening to this book, it was an audio book, and it said when you're I listen. I don't have time to read them.
Whilst you're hanging out in your caravan.
Yeah, I've got Oprah after this and Alan and all that. But it said if you're stuck on your hobbies or your passion or like what you want to do, message all your friends and family and say,
It's a really good one.
yeah, send me 3 to 5 things.
I would not
traits
send
or
that to
what
my
I'm good
mates.
at.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
I
I
didn't,
was
I
thinking.
didn't even tell them what I was doing it for. I just said, can you all, I was like, don't ask questions, just send me like 3 to 5 things that you think I'm good at or my trades.
Was
and
drinking
some-
one of them?
Actually, it was. And I was like, okay,
Not
bitches,
really
calm
proud of that.
down. I was like, "Oh." But yeah, a lot of, I'm not going to say what they said, but anyway.
Yeah. So does that help you with a bit of direction
really
into
did.
doing this
I
sort of
did,
thing?
because, and then I started doing I vlogged a bit on the YouTube, and then on the podcast.
Yeah.
It come up with like, yeah, and I was like, you know what, stuff it. This is what I'm going to try and
Yeah.
do. And
Because it is
That's how
actually your innate genius zone. Like,
Yeah.
when you ask people, that you can't see it, but they can
exactly,
see
and I
that.
know, like, I highly recommend anyone doing
Yeah.
that because it really made me come up with like, yeah, I wouldn't have thought some of the stuff that they wrote back,
So
like the
Rowan's
drinking
really-
thing. I don't know
yeah.
where that was coming from, but
Yeah, you didn't.
that was weird. But
Rowan's really funny, guys. Like, she was very funny, and that was the thing. Like, she's
When she
very.
drinks, she's funnier.
She is funnier. We
Is it too
have done a
early?
few.
yeah, we've already had 3 tequila.
We've done a few episodes with a glass of wine and just to get
That's
the
fun.
creative
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at my best when I've got the wine glass in my hand recording, you know?
Yeah.
It's not great because I forget and I don't get to edit it. So you send it to me like a few days later. I'm like, what was I
Yeah.
talking about? I'm like, no.
You mentioned that book you listen to. What's your favourite podcast to listen to other than yourselves?
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
So the thing was with us that like I listen to podcasts all the time, but there's only so much room. Like you've got all your self-help. It depends what you're wanting out
At the
of it
time.
for day. So
Yeah.
like some days I'm like I feel like learning something new today, or I need a bit of motivation today. But the whole idea of ours, and this is what I found there wasn't enough of, was just something to put on in the background to sort of you're not really learning anything. It's going to lift your spirits, but
Yes, have a
yeah,
bit
just
of a
like a
laugh.
background, so something you're not too serious.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously room for those other ones. So, you know, when
Yeah.
I feel like I need some motivation, I might listen to, you know,
Yeah.
like mindset mentor and
Yeah,
those kind of
yeah.
things. But then other times you just want something to.
Something like
Yeah, I think
that.
that varies. I'm a big Joe Rogan person. I listen to him
Yeah, right.
all the time, but then I
It's
like
where conspiracies.
yeah. And then I like the mindset mentor. He only does like 20-minute episodes, but he's just so inspirational and whatever. But then I don't know. I listen to so many different
Do you
ones.
like the longer versions, or do you like quick, snappy?
I like
let's
the
get it
ones that
done?
go for 2
Depends
minutes.
what I'm
2
doing. I usually ride my bike and listen to them.
Yeah.
So I'll like, you know, or like go for a walk or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so
You
usually.
got to be careful. You got to hear cars and
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
stuff. you got knocked off the
Oh,
bike.
you don't
Next
know me.
WTF moment for
Oh,
every
so
podcast.
many. It's either crashing my car or falling off my bike. So
Oh.
yeah, some good stories.
I had a hit and run. I was on a bike. Just here on 7th Street, yeah.
They hit you.
Yeah, they hit
and
me.
drove
They,
off.
yeah, they kept going.
What?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You again.
I was a bit upset at the time.
You walked in before with a limp.
Yeah, no, that's just old age.
Oh, and a cicane over there.
Yeah. That's it. Right, what about real estate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
in-
an expert in real estate.
You are. You come to a lot of our opens.
I studied it.
Yeah.
No, I definitely didn't. But no, we do come to a lot of the opens.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what we're looking for.
The opposite to Reese, I think.
Yes, literally.
Yeah,
I was
Bob knows.
laughing about that. I said to James, I'm like, either I'm standing there talking to Mark and Reese is looking around interested, or
Yeah.
Reese is standing there talking to Mark
Yeah.
and I'm interested. And
That's
yeah,
usually
we're
what it
both
is.
interested.
Yeah.
We'll find the one.
Yeah.
And you're heading finding. I mean, you're not. There's a lot of buyers out there at the moment that are struggling to get into something. You're
Yeah.
kind of just waiting for that right one. aren't you?
Yeah, so we own,
course you-
Reese owns the house we live in, and then we have a block as well we want to build eventually.
So you're kind of like this.
Yeah, and Reese is a builder, so we'd be happy with sort of slowly renovating ours. We just want to, I like seeing what's out there. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
The character
I don't mind. Yeah, definitely.
Seems to be the ones you come
I
to.
love old homes. Like ours at the moment has the big bay windows and the high
Yeah.
ceilings, and it's just
They're so homey, aren't they? Like some of the modern ones.
Oh.
I do like modern homes, but like
It's kind of nice to have a bit of both.
So except
Yeah.
if it gets really like old houses,
Character.
like it gets really cold. I stitched my whole house up. Sorry, I'm going to tell the story because it's really funny. I got really warm Monday night. Hang on, what day are we? Tuesday. Sunday night. I was like, I'm so hot. I'm like, babe, I'm just going to turn the aircon on for a minute. Turn the aircon on. forgot that it's like set to come on every morning at 6 o'clock.
Oh.
And so this morning I called him and Reese was like in bed like shivering.
Yeah.
And he's like, you changed that to cool, didn't you? So like he's sleeping now and the aircon like blasted in there.
He should have got up and gone to the
You
gym.
should, yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
you should have been a gym.
that's on him.
You wouldn't have had that problem.
It's actually his fault.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Don't put that on you, Beck.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
you're renovating
Yes, yeah.
over there.
And
So what are you doing? Like you just putting an extra
Cut down
wheel on the back or something? Or
we're thinking about towing the house that we've got. No, we are renovating at the moment. We're going to Airbnb it out.
Yeah.
You've done that before though.
Yeah, Ryan is really.
He's a builder.
Ryan's no, he's a plumber.
Plumber.
He thinks he is, and he's got that. But
He'll be watching, right?
Yeah.
probably not.
We hope
I
not.
don't know.
They both said they were going to.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, Reese.
But yeah, Ryan's really into real estate more than what I am. So
We'll let you off next time.
yeah, we've had a few houses and renovated. Well, this is probably our first renovation.
A big reno?
I think it's going to turn out to be a big reno.
They always do.
They always do. But I think at the moment to get it out to Airbnb, we're just doing up a few things, and then when we move back, we will fully renovate it and then sell it.
Cool.
I think. Ryan, am I right? Like, I don't know.
Ryan, are you there? Can he talk?
Wait. Yeah, I don't know. It changes all the time.
I'm sort of half expecting the
Yeah, he's over there at the window.
We're a bit nervous. We're going to do our bathroom desperately needs doing.
Yeah.
But I don't know why we picked now. Like it's got tape in it at the moment where we're going to put everything.
Yeah.
But like
That's
he's
fun.
gonna, yeah, we're just waiting. We just ordered the cabinetry and stuff. But I was like, why did we're gonna have to shower? I think we're getting a shower block
In winter?
outside. And I was like, why did we do this? And then we have a housemate, so there's like 3 of us live there.
Yeah.
2 boys with 1 bathroom, and it's just not good.
Well, our laundry's outside at the moment because we're renovating.
Hmm.
That's fun. I actually don't even know where it is. Sam knows
Do
where
you
it
use
is.
the laundry? Yeah.
I got some clothes out of the dryer last week.
Where was the dryer? What room was it in?
I was dark. I can't remember. So yeah.
It's hard to, like, when you are renovating and you do go to sell it, like what to actually renovate that's going to put
Yeah.
like value on the
Yeah.
property. Like even the shutters, we went and got a quote yesterday for shutters, and they're like, well, just for like the 2 fronts, it was like 2,000 something.
Yeah.
And you're like, is that going to add value, or do we just put roller blinds and like do people like it's just so hard of like what you actually want
Because
to
sometimes you can put too much into it, can't you?
exactly, and then you
Yeah, and they're Shona questions, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
But because we'll often go through a house and there is and that's we often discuss it on these lives that the fear of overcapitalising is real for everyone that renovates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
you don't want to you it's hard to know what to do, but then if you go that little extra class in your renovation, it could be the thing that gets you an extra
That's
10,
it.
20 grand.
Where-
All comes down to your land value.
It
Where you
does.
are,
Yeah.
always.
We're debating at the moment. I think the house needs a bath. Like it doesn't have a bath. And I was
Yeah.
like, if you're gonna have a family, I
Yeah.
think
Right,
you
you
need
need
a bath.
a
But
bath.
our, like, yeah, it's very small, and so he's like, do we put a bath in? And I was like, let's just not for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, like it depends whether we want to stay there or whether we sell it.
That was
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah,
So
we
you
don't
think
know.
about that, whether you're staying there long.
Yeah.
Is it a family home though?
And not at the moment, but we want to make it one eventually.
Yeah.
But then I don't,
Yeah.
our thing is like to get it ready to rent out now, rent it out, go do something else, and then I want to come back to it eventually.
Yeah.
Where it is.
Yeah.
And,
I think that's a lot of people do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you go to people's houses and I'm interviewing you now.
Tell us about it.
Let's just ask something photos. But do you go there and like look at people's houses and tell them what they should and shouldn't do?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I think that's
Yeah.
what I need right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing after this?
Yeah.
No, it's actually really interesting because there's a lot of factors that it's really good to talk to someone like Mark as well if you're thinking about selling it maybe in 2 or 3 years time or renting it out, because you really should renovate it to the demographic, because
Whoa.
like you know,
Sell it to.
like
Yeah.
families, yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
families, young families,
Okay,
or if
yeah.
they're older,
Retirees.
retired, yeah.
Who your target market is.
Right.
It's a big word, Shona. Come on.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
it?
come on,
Yeah,
Mark.
wasn't it? But yeah, so and then, but if you're going to keep it for 5 to 10 years, like live for yourself.
Yeah.
Like don't
Yeah.
worry about anything else,
Yeah,
because
that's right.
everything's going to date in that time anyway.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
in 10 years' time, it's all going to be gutted and changed anyway.
Yeah,
And
yeah, true,
if you, yeah, If
I
you
like
think that
I
you're-
like having Shona there when we're discussing these things. You know, with people like I had one recently in Orimple where they were really torn with how to lay their kitchen out and whether they do it, and there was and they were asking me about colours, and I always refer to Shona with that sort of stuff because
I can tell you're not a coloured person.
well, just not
I pick
white.
up that vibe.
Yeah.
Bit vanilla. No.
Ice cream, No, but it's good to have that double pronged attack, and I think that works really well. And it's just people get a lot out of it. I think from the real estate point of view, but also from the stylist, which is crucial.
It takes away overwhelm.
Over capitalising doesn't matter if it's for yourself. Like if you're like, you know what I mean? Like
It doesn't matter.
No, not if you've got
lifestyle.
long-term stuff.
Exactly. It doesn't
that's
matter
what
if
we're
it's for
struggling
yourself,
with at the moment. Sort of every time I come to the open, I'm like, why don't we just do that to the house we have now? But then I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's very hard to.
It's hard.
I enjoy it though. Saturday morning, get a coffee. Never bring you one.
No, eat chocolates and lollipops.
You get it. Hey, no.
What's the next best? It's All Banter podcast. What have you got? You're allowed to say what you've got coming up?
We've got a few interviews coming up. We're going to record one after this actually. We've had all our listeners right in their WTF moments. So we're actually, there should be one released today, but we had a bit of, it was our first technical malfunction, which I think that's
Don't you have a backup microphone?
No, it wasn't the microphone's fault. But we were 17, Rowie didn't press record? No, I'm kidding. But no, we're up to episode 17 and this is our first.
Is that 17? That's
cool.
This
Crazy.
is our first one that hasn't worked. It's just the file went corrupt and we lost the audio, but that's fine. So we're going to record one today. We have an interview coming up.
We've
really
really
that
got
one a surprise, I reckon. But
we've got
Famous?
Oh,
Have you got any world leaders yet?
no, Barack Obama's coming on next week.
We'll see. We've been working with him as well.
I'm sure he mentioned it.
I'm sure he mentioned it. The file that was corrupt we can't release was a really important one, and unfortunately we can't get that person back on the show. So
got that person in NASA. Happening.
That's really cool, girls. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's great. Jump on the podcast. It's All Banter.
Spotify.
Do you do it weekly or is it just
Well,
random?
apart from today.
Yes,
every week usually.
every
So
week.
one
Excellent.
episode weekly at the moment.
I've listened to a couple. They're fun. They're so cool.
Do you have a studio audience when you do your podcast?
This is
We've
really
actually got a studio
important.
audience today.
I know,
It's so daunting.
Can you guys clap to prove we've got a studio audience? We have got a studio audience. Yeah.
Wasn't us.
So you come and see us when you've got your studio audience.
We don't like sometimes Reese comes in the background.
Things through the video.
Just wearing his jocks.
Like you see me turn around.
And then I'll yell
I'm
out.
during it. And I'm like, I told you I was podcasting.
Just putting a pie in the microwave.
I'm the same.
Darling, got any sauce?
Only sauce. What's for lunch?
Rose in the van.
I'm in the van, and I'll like yell out. I'm like, don't come in on podcasting. Or I'll message
Get
right
in my room, Mom.
I love it. It's so good.
And Ryan, next time she's doing a podcast, can you actually hook the caravan up and take off with it?
Oh my god, that would be perfect.
Imagine I'm on tour.
You'd be going around the corners like this.
Rowie does, she hasn't in a while, but originally was doing them from the car because we do them in the morning. And no, it's funny. She would do it from her car, but she's like Dory, like with a really small attention span. Like we'd be talking and she's like, oh, bird. And then like, there's a sucker.
One of them I was like, I think I'm sitting across from Area 51 right now. I was like,
wow.
I'm next
You
to
are a
this
conspiracy
She
theorist.
is.
No, I'm not. No, Beck is.
Thanks, girls. That was awesome.
Thank you so
It
much.
was fun.
Yes. All right,
Can't wait
guys.
to your next one.
Yes.
Thank
Jump
you.
on their podcast and don't forget to watch us next Tuesday for our next episode. Catch ya. Have a great day wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, worldwide.
Yeah.
We're going worldwide.
We're still live.